guys, I am Crystal Sky, and today we're going to be taking a look at these professional graphic art markers. These are alcohol-based markers that I got at AC Moore for about $10. It's a pretty big pack. It's got all the primary colors, 18 colors total. It's got some, well, it's 12 primary colors and 6 bonus colors, so 18 colors in total. It's supposed to be fast dry, permanent, and non-toxic. They're just professional graphic art markers. They really have a brand. So I've opened these before. I don't like this packaging, actually. So we're going to be setting this to the side and trying this on Bristol paper. We're going to see how they blend. Pretty much how they do what they are supposed to do, which is professionally exist. So let's see how they do. Let me tear this paper out and use the back here. Clean as a whistle because it's Bristol. Alrighty, so we're gonna blend some colors together today. I think we're gonna blend these two pinks together for right now. I'll do a swatch of everything at the end, because I don't ever stay for the swatches. Do you guys stay for the swatches? So these are two pretty similar colors. It's got a fine and a broad tip, so this is the broad tip here. It looks exactly like a Copic broad tip in my opinion. And then the fine tip, which is just a bullet nib. Right, okay, so let's do some blending. We're gonna blend with the broad tip. I actually prefer to work with the broad tip, probably because I'm a noob. So, blend while we're wet here. It doesn't really matter which color you start out with these, funnily enough. You can already see the blending process existing here. You can see on the paper, do you guys see the blending process already starting? It's amazing how the light markers can go over the dark markers and almost replace the color completely. I don't know why this is. Even Copics don't do this. But as you can see, so the dark marker replaced the light marker, and I'm going to go in with the bright marker, and it's going to almost replace the color. Isn't that incredible? So they blended. But whenever I put the light marker on top of the dark marker, it was almost replacing the color from the dark marker. Let me go back over again. And yeah, you look, see? They didn't really blend. There's like a dark, straight line. And as they dry, it's slowly sinking in. Do you guys see? So they don't really blend fabulously, in my opinion, if you guys... see there. You guys can see, and it went right through this Bristol paper. Now this is Bristol paper, like Strathmore Bristol paper. It went right through it, right into the thing. And that's the problem I have with these. My Copics don't even go through this paper. These go like through the paper, like no matter what. So we're gonna do a swatch of all of them. I'm gonna clean this up later. It's just a black sketchbook top, so it's not in the way. That's why I put the sketchbook there. So we're gonna do some swatches. This is the black color, right? I don't really want to get them all out, so we're just gonna do one at a time here, so you guys can see all the colors. I actually don't really like these markers. They were very cheap, and they feel very cheap. The barrels don't roll, they're non-roll because they've got sharp edges. It's like a square barrel. The tips are fairly nice. They remind me of a Hoo Hoo markers with the tips. I don't mind there's no smell or odor or anything like that, but they bleed through everything. I can't even color on Bristol with these things. That color is supposed to be bronze green. Look at how it's dry a little bit on the bottom. Some of them are just like that. I can't get the whole nib to be wet, and when it's wet, it's too wet. Like so I didn't really blend or go over that much with that. I went over, what, 3 times? Went right through the paper. Right through it. Crazy. Crazy. They always open to the fine tip for some reason. So I've actually used Copics on this paper. I don't know, the way I blend with Copics, it doesn't go through. You're supposed to just go through everything. So these are just blank little things of, right, swatches, right? Went through. Can you guys see them? They went through the paper almost completely. This is Bristol paper. This is not, you know, cheapo paper. This is really expensive Bristol. I don't really use this paper unless I'm doing tests. I ran out of marker paper, so. But I'm going to be going to Blick tomorrow, so maybe I'll get some render paper. That would be nice. I wonder if these would go through render paper. I don't have any more render paper. Well, let me see. Let me see if I have a page. Some of them do smell. That bright highlighter yellow one smells. It just smells. None of the other ones do. As far as I can tell. I've swatched all of them before, but I don't think all the other ones smell. So that highlighter yellow one just stinks. For like no reason. See how that one's a little bit dry? But it bled through anyway. Right? Okay. That one, again, a little dry. The oranges are really dry. Okay, so those are all the colors swatched. Again, they went through the paper. This whole sketchbook top is like all messed up. We're gonna use some render paper, and I didn't get my new sketchbook yet. Oh, sorry guys. It's like I smacked you in the face. I didn't get my new sketchbook yet, so we're just gonna find a little page in this area. Okay, so this one's essentially blank. It's got some Inktober that I didn't use on it. So we're just gonna see if these go through. Let's, well, these went through last time on that paper, so let's see if they go through on this paper. A big swatch there. Let's try and blend like we did in the other paper. I don't really want to ruin my sketchbook doing this. Alright, so we just did that. That was it. I don't want to do any more. So I'm afraid of ruining my sketchbook. Oh, it didn't go through. It didn't go through on the render paper. It's actually warping the paper a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see there's a bump here now on the paper. I've never had render paper warp unless it was watercolors. And these are not water-based, these are alcohol-based. They don't move with water, I've tried. So I have no idea. They didn't go through on the render paper. My other colors don't go through on my Ohuhu markers at least, don't go through on the Bristol paper. So I'm really surprised that these markers do. As you can see, I don't really have a favorable view of the ink. I think the tubes are nice. I like my Ohuhu markers better, and they were actually cheaper, my Ohuhu markers. So I'd recommend Ohuhu markers over these. They're unbranded, they're just professional graphic art markers. The tips are nice, the tips are fine, the barrels are fine. The ink smells funny, and it kind of just bleeds through everything. Like everything I get my hands on, it bleeds through. So, except apparently render paper, which this render sketchbook is full, so. We'll have to see more. I'm gonna do a finished piece in another video with these, and we'll see how that goes. Probably have to wait for my render sketchbook. I'll see you guys later. So just as a side to this review video, this is Ohuhu markers. I just blended two of them together and it looks like one complete color, unlike the markers here that aren't blended at all. Didn't go through, barely shows through, didn't go through like that.